What is going on, guys? It's CBrev, aka Dissonance by Design, and I am giving you a full free offensive ebook breakdown of the Carolina Playbook. This is something that I did last year with Minnesota's Playbook, and it got really great reviews. So I'm doing it this year with Carolina because I feel like Carolina this year is very strong. Their offensive playbook, that is. No face cam in this video because it's going to be a long video, so I don't think you guys want to stare at my face for an hour. But a couple changes from last year that I'm doing. I'm going to put the best formations first so that you guys can just view the meat and potatoes, and then if you want the extra kind of under the table, so to speak, money plays that come from the other formations, then you can stick around after I mention that this has been all the major formations, and you can stick around and get those extra plays. So we're going to start with Singleback tight slots, which is the bread and butter of this playbook. This formation is the main one that I run, mostly because it's so strong this year because it's so hard to blitz when your opponent's under center as a defense. The only issue with this formation, I would say, is that there's not really any running. HB dive is basically your only run, and I only really do that if they have like a spread line and I feel like I can get a cheap 5 yards. But the passes out of this formation are absolutely ridiculous. We're going to start with a very basic concept here with bench switch. This is like what I like to call the Warhawk concept. If you watch my other videos, you know what I'm talking about. Essentially, you're going to put Y or A on a flat, and then the opposite one of those on a slant, and you're just going to read the defense. If it's a man, you're going to be looking at X on that corner route, and if it's zone, you're going to read the outside zone, either hit X or Y, or hit A over the middle. So I'll run this a couple times and show you here. That time we had a zone playing up, so we hit X. Behind him, very simple. This time I hit the wrong button. I was trying to hit Y. Y was wide open there. As you saw, the zone dropped back. Here again, we have Y on the flat, and he drops the ball. But you guys can see how this concept is working out here. Here we have a zone that comes up, so we just hit the X route. Basically, you're just reading that outside zone. Very simple concept here. And here's an opportunity to hit A over the middle. So very good stuff here. I'll run it to the other side once just so you can see what it looks like. And we end up hitting Y for a nice little gain there. As you can see, when you hot route a slant to these slot receivers, it becomes a very quick slant, which is very good for this formation. So that's just the basic bench switch concept. We're not even to the best plays out of this formation yet. That's just something I wanted to get out of the way real quick. The first really good play that I'm going to show you is PA Panther post. It's the Y play there. This play is insane. The only adjustment is you're going to put Y on a slant, and essentially you're going to be reading that X route on the left. Now that X route on the left this year is very fast, and coupled with the fact that this is a play action that you can cancel immediately and the defenders come up, that route is going to be open almost 100% of the time, especially against defenses that people like to run online. This is my go-to play. It's really good. So essentially you're going to be reading X, and if he's covered, then you're going to look for Y, and then you're going to lastly look at B over the middle of the field, excuse me. But mostly you're looking for that X route. So I'll show you just how effective this route is. As you can see, that you cancel the play action immediately. Forgot to mention that. You're going to want to cancel the play action immediately, and you can see how quickly we just hit X for an 8-yard gain. There we do it again. That linebacker was supposed to be covering that area of the field, but because of the quick play action, he was not able to get out there in time. And against man coverage, as you see right there, just absolutely destroys man coverage. That route is insanity, guys, especially with how quick this play action is. Again, man coverage, we just hit the route on the outside. This play is insane. I will note that if you try to flip this, the throw gets really funky all the time for some reason. Like, he'll always throw off his back foot like he did there. So don't flip this play, not even in the playbook. It's just a bad idea. And I guess if you're using Michael Vick or Steve Young, you're going to want to flip this play as stock because they're left-handed quarterbacks. Anyways, that doesn't apply to most people. I'll just show you this one more time. We hit X all the way out. Again, that linebacker was supposed to be in that area, but because of the quick play action, he doesn't get out there in time. That route is just insane. I'll show you the slant here. This is man coverage, so that just gets wide open for tons of yards. And then I'll try to get an example where we hit B over the middle, which is also a nice little check down. As you can see, that was man coverage. That also beats man and zone. So just a really effective play. I wish I could spend more time on this, but I'm pretty sure you guys get it, and I need to get through a lot. So that's one of 4 really good plays in this formation. The next one we're going to look at is HB wheel. It's the X play there. This is also ridiculous. There are actually no adjustments to this unless you want to put X on a fade to try and hit it quickly against zones. I like to do that sometimes. But essentially you're just going to hit Y against man. It's a very quick corner route, easy 15 yards. And then you're going to look for A against zone, or if Y is taken away against man. So I'll just show you here. Here's zone. You just hit the corner. And if he doesn't drop the ball, it's an easy 9 yards. And if I had someone other than John Brown out there, easy stuff. As you can see there, that A route is going to be open against all zones, even if it looks covered. So as long as it's not usered, that's a very safe check down. That A route, for some reason this year, is just 100% completion. There we hit the corner route, easy stuff. So again, if you want to, you can put X on a fade, or you can just leave him on his posts if you want to try to hit cover 2 deep over the middle. Otherwise, no changes. Here we have, I don't know what, was that engage 8 or something? I hate when the computer calls terrible plays when I'm trying to show stuff. There's man again, but he's coming from pretty deep. I'll try to get one more good example here of the A route. As you can see, that was man, and he just gets insane separation against a cornerback too. Just for some reason, that route is always open. And then coupled with the, as I throw a pick, that was a bad read. I should have waited for him to run past. Coupled with the corner route on the outside, this play becomes very good. As you can see, I was trying to hit A there, but it didn't give me the throw. You can also safely flip this play, and that's one thing I forgot to mention about this formation, is most of these plays, unless I say otherwise, you can flip them, and your opponent will have no idea because it's a perfectly symmetrical formation. You guys know I love that stuff. So here's what it looks like flipped. We just hit Y, which used to be A. That should have been a catch. We'll flip it one more time here. We hit A on the corner route. Just burn them for a quick 15. So that's like my go-to red zone play, just because that corner route gets open all the time, and that A is a nice check down. So that's just another good play out of here. The next play we're going to look at is drag cross-ups. It's the Y play there. As you can see, kind of funky looking. And what I like to do with this play is pick a side of the play that I want to look at before the snap, because these reads are very quick, so I generally just like to pick left or right because you can't make all the reads, so it kind of simplifies it for me. So if you're going to be reading the left side of the field, you're going to put X on a fade, and that's the only adjustment. And your reads are going to be X up the seam against zone, Y against man if it's press man, or if they have a linebacker on your receiver for some reason. And then lastly, you're going to check down to B. So I'll show you what this looks like here. I should have hit the drag there. They had kind of a funky coverage on. I hate goal line, but as you can see, that was man. So I could have hit Y, but I hit B. B is always open, man or zone, so that's kind of a good check down. This is what I kind of like to do if I want to try to get some cheap yards over the middle hitting the seam, like I did there. Make sure you put X on a fade and not a streak, otherwise the corners are going to be jumping that all day. Everything's covered there. Kind of as like a last read, you can look at that RB against man too. Man, I'm just making horrible reads. Again, I should have hit the drag there. Please stop running goal line, computer. As you can see, though, you see how quick those wheel routes are and why they would beat man coverage so easily. Here we just hit up the seam and we get an insane swat from Earl Thomas. You guys can see that was open, though. Here we go up the seam again, get picked. Holy shit. Single-handedly ruined this video. Okay. That was a bad read on my part again. Sorry about this. I'm just trying to get good examples. I promise you these plays work if you take them into practice mode yourself. Again, you're just going to read the seam with X, read the wheel route with Y, and then just check down to the drag with B if they're both taken away. Now, if you're going to read the right side of the field, it's exactly the opposite. You just put B on a fade, and then you read B for the seam, A for the wheel, and X for the drag. There we have the wheel route to the outside. Easy 10 yards. Running a couple more times here. We have the seam, but we're going to check down and get our blockers out there. If you run this to the right, you actually get an extra blocker with that running back out there too, which is nice. Again, we're going to check down. Easy 5 yards. You can see how quickly I'm getting the ball out of my hands here and just getting consistently good yardage out of this. Another easy 13. I generally like to run this to the right more than the left, as I'm sure you guys can tell by the results of these plays. That was a bad read on my part. I'm just trying to get one where we get someone up the seams here. He just keeps dropping back, though. I actually hit up the seams a lot on people online, just based on like people picking cover 3 and stuff. But I guess they're just not going to give me an example in this video. But I'm sure you guys get the concept from this play. So that's just another one to run out of this awesome formation. That was the last time there. We get an easy 8 yards. Alright, so the last play in this formation is going to be deep post. And this is one that actually people have been running for several years now, just because that red route you see on the play art is absolutely crazy. So we'll go into the play here. The adjustments you're going to make is you're just going to put Y on a fade, again with the intention to hit up the seams. If you're 100% sure that they're running man, you can keep him on that in route that he's on. But usually if I read man right away, I have other reads, so it's not a big deal. If you run into man coverage, you're going to hit that X route because it absolutely destroys man coverage. Otherwise, you're going to be looking at B for the check down again, and I'll show you the very cool part about hitting B on this play. So here we have zone, so we're going to hit B, and as you can see, that running back actually swoops around there and gives you a lead blocker. You kind of get like a screen concept going there when you hit that drag. So here is zone again. We're going to hit the drag, and we get an overthrow. Again, just put Y on a fade. Here we get man coverage, and X just absolutely wrecks it. That works against press man as well, if you were wondering. And I'll go into replay here and show you just how effective this route is against man coverage. You can see this cornerback just gets absolutely worked. And we have like 3 yards of separation to make an easy catch. That's also not something that someone's going to user unless you run it like 5 times, because they're never going to see that in cut coming. So just a very effective play overall. Here we hit Y up the seams. Should have been a catch, but you can see that it was open. You can also flip the play, as with anything else in this formation, and I'll show you here. Here we hit X on the drag, and we get the running back sweeping around for the block. I just love that aspect of the play. I would say this and PA Panther Post are probably the best plays out of this formation. As you can see, we finally hit the seam there. This play is really, really good. Just everything about it works. Here's man, so we just hit the X. Also, one thing to note is that B is always going to be open against man as well as the A route that's on a corner route. So this play absolutely destroys man coverage, and we get another overthrow. So one more time here. This is man, so we're going to hit the corner route to the other side. Easy stuff. Want to get one more example where you hit that drag and get the blocking with it. There we go. Swoops around and throws us a block. Very good stuff there. So that was single back tight slots. That is the heart and soul. You can run those 5 plays pretty much all game if you mix it up correctly and they are all really effective. So now we are going to move on to Pistol Strong. Again, I'm going out of order here in an attempt to give you guys the best stuff first. So we are on to Pistol Strong now. Now I like this formation because it has inside zone split, which is a classically good run out of this look. Note that it is not your run audible. Read option is your run audible, so if you want to run this, it has to be called, or you have to run a custom with your own audibles. But I'm sure you guys know inside zone split is just a really good run out of Pistol Strong. We just get insane blocking and a running lane straight up the middle pretty much every time. They pretty much have to crowd the line in the middle to stop it. To complement this as well, we have HB off tackle. Now this is a tip off because it is a different looking formation. It looks like this instead, but this is your run to the outside here. You're going to get a swooping block from that running back again, and that's just your go-to run to go to the outside. You can also flip this as well if you don't like the look, and it works exactly the same and flips almost immediately, so that's always nice. That's just your complement run to the inside zone split, and then finally we have the read option, which is always a good go-to here. Not that great out of this formation, but it is a nice little wrinkle to throw in with all the other stuff that you're going to be running out of this playbook. It's basically an inside zone split with the option to run to the quarterback, so that's always nice. One more time here with read option, and then I'll get into the pass plays. As you can see, we keep it and get an easy 10 yards. Now on to the pass plays. The best one out of this formation is going to be PAHB corner slip. It is in that weird looking version of this formation right there, the A play. And the adjustments I like to make are to put RB on a swing to the left, and then I like to smart route B on that really weird looking route. Now essentially your reads on this, you're going to hit RB on that swing route to kind of create a screen look to the left side of the field. You're going to get a lead block from the Y and sometimes from the X and the A as well. So that absolutely destroys zone. And then against man, that A route is going to be open every single time. I'm not even kidding you guys. It's so quick. And then lastly, if you think you can hit it through a zone, only against zone because it will get picked up against man, you can hit B route as he breaks inside. But I'll show you what it looks like here. This is man, and we get a pick. He did get bumped at the line, which is something that never happened. So that's why that was kind of a fluke. Here's man, and you can see Cam Chancellor just gets his shoes written off of him. Not sure what riding shoes off means. But as you can see, that route just destroys man, gets him all turned around, and that's wide open. Again, man coverage. And again, A is wide open. I'm not sure why he's getting bumped at the line. That won't happen in a game, I can assure you. This is man coverage again, so we're just going to hit A again. Trying to show an example where we get zone coverage. Computer does not like that. I think that was man again, but we checked down to RB, and as you can see, we got a block from that Y route and sprung us for 8 yards. Here's engage 8. So frustrating. Just run cover 3 or something, computer. Come on. There we go. So as you can see, zone. So we're going to hit RB, and we actually don't pick up the block from Y there. But you guys can see the concept that we're trying to create. Here's man again. So we're just going to hit A again and lateral for funsies. Because it's practice mode. Don't actually do that and then say this ebook sucks. Yeah, as you can see, that A route just destroys man, and they're just going to keep getting destroyed by man because the computer is dumb. But I'm sure you guys get the concept by now. Also against zone, if everything is taken away for some reason, you can always try to hit a face catch with X down the field since he's on a stock fade. Good stuff there. One quick play I want to go over here, and it's kind of more of a concept than a play, is out of the play 494 F flat. The A play right there. As you can see, those curl routes are either like an inside curl or a standard curl, and those routes are actually very underrated this year, and I'll show you why. Essentially, they're always going to run the correct route, because this is an option route if you guys didn't know. They're always going to run the correct route, so you're either going to use or catch to the inside if they break to the inside immediately, or you're going to low curl or throw a low bullet pass to the curl if it's a standard curl. So here's a standard curl. As you can see, we just fit it right through the zones, no problem. It's only going to be a standard curl if it's man coverage or if it's cover 2. So if it's cover 2, just wait a little bit and then you'll be able to fit it through the zones. Otherwise, he's going to break to the inside and you're just going to use or catch it like so, right behind the defender. You're just going to pass lead to the inside, click on and make the catch. Again, we have it here. Usually that guy doesn't drop into that zone like that, but you can also check down if it's taken away. And the nice part about this play is you can run it to either side because they're both on the same route. So we'll run it to B here. Just use or catch to the inside. Easy stuff. I don't know why I'm getting so many drops in this video. There we have the check down. Again, I like running this to B more because the check down's a lot better to the right side than the left side. Here he runs a standard curl, we just throw it low, wide open. Like I said, they're always going to run the correct route for you to make this work, which is nice. Here we just use or catch B, and he drops the ball again. We'll do X this time. It's man, so we just throw a low curl. Usually that's not how that coverage works. I think it's just because I'm practicing on all Madden. And we just keep hitting this for yards. As you can see, that user catch concept is very underrated. That was glitchy as fuck. But I don't think people realize that you can user catch this to the inside the way he breaks in like that. And Jericho Cotry is just dropping every pass thrown his way, which is awesome. And we missed a throw. But I'm sure you guys get the point. Try it yourself. Good concept there. The last play out of this formation that I like to run is kind of a weird looking slip screen. Obviously you're going to pick HB slip screen here, and hopefully this doesn't do this since we're in practice mode, but this kind of ends up being funky in practice mode, like different than it usually is. But what I like to do is put RB on a swing left and then B on a curl. Essentially against man you're just going to hit a low curl because man is going to cover this screen, so you just check down to a low curl B if it's man coverage. Otherwise you're going to hit RB, which is swinging to the left behind the blockers. So here's zone. See, it's doing it in practice again. Usually he doesn't cut that far back in a game. Let's see if I can motion him out and change his swing. Usually he just runs straight behind the blockers to the left. But in practice mode, for some reason, he likes to run behind the quarterback like that. So essentially, you can roll backwards if you want, but you're just going to hit that RB route right behind the zones over there, or behind the blockers over there. And you can see how much blocking we get downfield with that look. It's not going to be a weird shovel pass like that. He's going to run behind the blockers normally in a game. I don't know why he does this in practice mode, but like that, he's going to do that in a game. And as you can see, we get a quick 12 yards. Just hitting the RB behind the screen. It's very quick, very effective. So that's it for Pistol Strong. Pretty good stuff out of there. Next we're going to move on to one play out of Gun Split Panther because I feel like the formation as a whole isn't that good, but this play is one of those plays you could run every single play for the whole game against the right person. And we're looking at the play PA Inverted Veer. So what you're going to do for the adjustments here, you're going to put RB on a streak, you're going to block Y, and you're going to put X on a drag. So as you can see, you get a look like that. Basically, when you snap the ball, you're going to be looking to user catch B to the inside, and if that zone drops back to cover that, then you're just going to hit RB on the streak immediately. One of those two will be open every time against zone, and if you feel uncomfortable making the throw to either of those, you can just wait for the X drag and hit it there, because all the zones will be dropping back out of that area because of those two routes. Against man, A is going to be open every time, and X is going to be open every time. So easy reads there. We'll run the play here. As you can see, we make a poor read there. He dropped back to cover the B, and we should have hit RB sooner. You will have to practice this play a lot. Goal line defense isn't real defense, so we'll just lob it up there. Go back to getting real examples. God, now they're running gauge 8. I hate the computer random play system. It's so dumb. As you can see, we just hit the user catch there, and we drop the ball again. This is bad. Goal line again. Jesus. Sorry guys, we're just going to keep running this till they run a real defense. As you can see, we get the user catch the inside there. You're just going to read if that area of the field is open, and if it isn't, you're going to hit RB. I forgot to hot route him to a streak there. This is man coverage, so as you can see, A and X are wide open there. Just take your pick and don't overthrow it like Cam Newton did. This play destroys man coverage and zone coverage for that matter. Man coverage, I was trying to hit A and I got nanoed by the computer. Here's man again. As you can see, A and X are wide open, and I don't know why he's missing that throw every single time. The Madden gods do not want me making this video. Here, we'll hit X instead. There, you can see how open he is. You can see how open A was as well. Good stuff there. We'll try to get one more example against zone. This is man again. And that was intended for the X route, and I don't know why this game is being so cruel to me. As you can see there, the zone was open, so we hit B. This user catch concept with those routes that look like what B is doing is something that I use all the time. It's a very effective concept. And as you can see there, we had RB since that was taken away. Again, one of those plays that you can run pretty much every time. Get into practice mode and look at it yourself. It's very good. The next formation we're going to move on to is gun doubles flex wing weak. And this is actually a formation that I used to overlook all the time. But this has some really good plays out of it. The first one being obviously, if I can find it, inside zone split again. This is what it looks like out of this formation, and it actually is your run audible, so you never need to pick this. As you can see, it's just a typical inside zone. You just get insane blocking and run straight up the middle for a ton of yards. So that's always good. That's always fun to just run for yards. So just wanted to point out that that's in there. Another run, the other two runs worth noting in this formation are going to be Y lead read option. It's just a read option with the pulling tight end, which is always nice. And the read to get to the running back is basically an inside zone, so that's always nice. And then you also have the regular read option. And with the regular read option, I like to motion this tight end over here just for the extra blocking. And then you can just, you know, make your read and get your yards. Good stuff there. So on to the pass plays. These pass plays are very tricky and very good with the way that I set them up. So the first one's going to be HB slip screen. The A play right there. And what I like to do here is put RB on a swing left. I like to put A on a swing left. And then I like to put X on a smoke screen. This creates a concept where you just get an insane amount of blocking behind your screen. So you get a really nice screen, and then you're just going to hit Y if it's man coverage. And actually hitting RB on that swing route against man coverage isn't that bad either, because the blockers will usually pick it up. You just won't get as many yards. So again, just Y against man. Otherwise, you're going to hit RB on that, RB or A, depending on which one's open, and just run it like a screenplay. They were going to hit A because they had a corner swing to the outside. And you can see just how much blocking we get with this setup. Here's man coverage, so we're trying to hit Y, but we didn't get it off in time. That's the one thing about the screen, is they do pull very fast. So you can also hit Y up the field against zones if you're feeling rushed. Here we're just going to hit RB and get our 4 blockers leading us down the field. This concept is very awesome. There, we're just going to hit A. Pretty much the same screen setup as the screen I showed you out of Pistol Strong, but a little bit more effective. Here's man, so we're just going to hit Y, and we should have had a catch right there. Here we're just going to hit A, and you can see the convoy of blocking that we come out of there with. Just an easy, quick 10 to 15 yards every time. We'll hit RB, swinging out there. Another easy 11. So that's a very nice, tricky, kind of cool play out of this formation. One more time here, we'll hit A. And that DT was on us for some reason. Anyway, the next plays I'm going to go over are actually in your audibles. One is fork Y seam. That's what it looks like. What I like to do here is put X on a smoke screen, and that's it. This essentially creates a smash concept to the left side of the field, meaning if the zones drop back, you're going to hit X. If the zones come up, you're going to hit Y. And if it's man, you're going to hit Y. You also have the option of hitting A out of the backfield against zone, kind of on that funk route. Here's man, so we're just going to hit Y. That's going to be open every single time. That route this year is pretty crazy against man coverage. Just pressing buttons here. We'll just go out and pick the play. That Y route's going to beat man coverage every single time. And otherwise you're going to be looking at X on the smoke screen, or A if it's open against zones. Like here, A is open against zones, so we just hit it for a quick 5 and get destroyed. Here's man, so we just hit Y. Gonna be open every single time, like I said. Hit A against zones here and get destroyed again. That usually doesn't happen. Here's man again, so we'll hit Y. And we threw it too early. That was my fault. That was user error. Man again, we'll hit Y again. They just really love running man coverage in this video for some reason. Trying to get an example where I hit X on that smoke screen. Here's a good one. They drop back, so you hit the smoke screen and take your yards. Again, you can hit A coming out of the backfield. Quick 5 yards. And then as a last resort, you can also try to face catch that B route if you really wanted. That was a bad example because it was press man, but face catching the B route is kind of like your last resort on this play if I could ever get a throw off. The next play is going to be PA slide. This is another cool concept here. You're just going to put RB on a swing left, and then you're going to hit RB as kind of a screen concept again against zone, and you're going to hit that Y route against man on that deep out route, and then also you have the option of face catching X should you need to. As you can see, we hit RB out of the backfield there against zone and get a quick block from our tight end and pick up our easy yards. I'm still in fork Y seam. That's my fault. PA slide should look like this with the adjustments. And this is zone, so we'll hit RB And I threw it a little late there, but you can see how much yardage we would have gotten off of that. Again, zone, so we'll hit RB, get our block, and take our yards. This works just as effectively when you flip the formation. You just want to RB swing right instead of left, obviously. Here's man, so we're just going to hit that out route. That's going to be open against man every time as well. And if you need to get the throw off a little quicker, you can just audible him to a curl route if you really wanted to. That's usually not a problem for me, but then you just low curl it. I got swatted at the line, but you guys get the idea. One more time here. Here's man. So we're just going to hit the out route. Trying to get one more example against zone here so you guys can see that screen concept one more time. Here we go. We just hit RB out of the backfield and instantly get a block from basically everyone to that side of the field, which is very good. You guys can see there's a lot of quick hitters that I've come up with out of this playbook. Very quick reads that are all very efficient ways to get yardage. I'm going to take a drink of water real quick. Alright, and the last pass out of this formation that I'm going to go over is fake screen wheel. It's the X play there, and this play is kind of cool. It's kind of like my anti-blitz play because you have two options. Again, you have a smash concept on the left, so if the zones drop back, you're going to hit X. If they come up, you're going to hit Y as he's still breaking to the outside. But if it's against man, Y actually turns into a very easy face catch route, and I'll show you what I mean here. As you can see, they drop back there. So you hit X. Usually he bounces out of that quickly. I don't know why it gave me that animation, but here's man. So you just wait for him to break up, pass lead up, and then you're going to click on and use your catch for a face catch. This is almost 100% guaranteed face catch against man. Here's zone, they drop back, so I was trying to hit X, but they're swatting my balls at the line now. Here's man again. I had to get rid of that quickly because they were blitzing me. Ideally, I'd wait much longer than that. Here's man again. Just wait for him to break up, pass lead up, and then you're going to want a tall receiver there, obviously, and you just face catch that all day. That was weird coverage. I didn't see if they came out in goal line defense there. There, the zones drop back. And I don't know why that's being so slow today. You could try audibling him just to a regular smoke screen. That might help. Here's man again. And we just get blitzed. This is so bad. We're supposed to have 7 people blocking on this play. But here's man again. Oh my lord. You guys can see that these plays work, I hope. I'm just getting very unlucky with what's developing when I'm trying to show you examples. As you can see, they drop back there, so you just hit X really quick. You're going to want your fastest receiver to the outside and your tallest receiver to the inside for this, obviously. Because a fast receiver is going to break out of that much quicker than Jericho Contry will. You can also just face catch this against zone. That Y route's very funky, and I just like throwing it for a face catch. That's why I included this play in this formation. Here's man one more time. We're just going to face catch. Easy stuff there. So that's it for that formation. There's 2 more main formations I want to go over, but one of them is gun tight, offset tight end, and there's actually an entire video breaking down this formation on my channel. It's called CBrev's Top 100 Snug Scheme. I will put the link in the description. So I'm not going to go over it in this video. There's a 27-minute video going over just this formation. Essentially, it's a very run-heavy formation and very effective with several passes out of it. So go check that out as part of this ebook. Now lastly, we have gun trips tight end, which is typically always a good formation. And there's several plays to go over out of this. So the first one you can see is inverted veer there. One thing I forgot to go over is out of gun ace. That's gun ace. It's the third one. There's an inverted veer play, the X play there. That is the best inverted veer play in the game. and in my opinion the best quarterback run in the game. So I'll try to show you it very quickly here. Essentially you're just going to read the left and run for millions of yards the whole game. It does require a quarterback that can run, obviously, because you're not going to get to hand the ball off every time. But just practice this play. The inverted veer out of gun ace is the best inverted veer in the game. So you guys can see the results I'm getting right now. So just go practice that. Include that as part of your scheme. Obviously don't run it against goal line defense. But that's just something I forgot to include. Now the inverted veer out of gun trips tight end, I put a question mark next to in my notes, because sometimes it's good and sometimes it isn't. So I generally just don't like to run it. It's very inconsistent. I don't know what it is out of this formation. If there's no blocker, main blocker to the left side of the line, like there was an ace where there's a tight end out there, I don't know. But this play is a question mark for me. I typically don't like to run it out of this formation. So I'll just get into the passes here. The best one out of this formation by far, and the weirdest looking one, is going to be PA Panther Veer. This play is absolutely insane, guys. So we're going to go into it here. Your adjustments, you're going to put A on a drag and RB on a swing left. Again, you can see we're trying to create that screen concept against zone to the left side of the field, but you can also see the two breaking in routes with Y and X. So essentially you're going to be looking at the area of the field where that linebacker in front of the B receiver is. See if that's open. If it is, you're going to immediately user catch, pass lead to the inside, and user catch Y. If the area of the field where the cornerback is in front of Y is open, you're going to pass lead to the inside and user catch with X. Otherwise, you're going to check down to RB. And if it's against zone, or if it's against man, A is going to be open and B is going to be open most of the time. So I'll show you what it looks like here. Also against man, you're going to be able to hit that Y route immediately to the inside every time. So that's why I don't even like talking about if it's open against man or not. Do this, because if it's against man, you're just going to hit Y. Just like that there. As you can see, it requires a very quick read. So make sure you get your practice on with this play. I should have hit X instead of Y there. I still haven't perfected this. Here's a spot where we can hit X. And as you can see, regardless of the coverage, as long as you user catch this correctly, you should be able to get yards very easily. Here's man. Did not mean to... sorry, that guy's annoying as hell. Did not mean to lob that. I got distracted. Sorry. There we hit X. That wasn't even necessarily open, but you guys can see the power of these breaking in routes and the user catch. Here we're going to hit RB. And that was actually an overthrow, but we're going to go into instant replay here. And again, you can see kind of the one-man screen concept we have going on the right side or the left side of the field here. So as you can see, RB is wide open here, and if he was actually to get the catch right here, we've got this tight end blocking this defender. This guy is going to come in and block this guy, and then we just have to deal with this guy about 15 yards down the field. So you can see how much open space we get with this play against man, or against zone, sorry, with our check down. So just a very effective play. Here's man, so you're just going to user catch Y. You're going to have to practice this play a lot to get good at it, but once you do, it is very effective. Here we're going to hit our check down, get a block, and take our 8 yards. Easy stuff there. Essentially, you're just reading those two areas of the field immediately. That was bad users on my part. And if it's not there, you're going to check down to RB. As you can see, the user catches on this play are just insanity. So make sure you get good with those. We'll check down to RB here and just take our easy yards. Another one of those plays you could probably run every single play of the game. It's that good. Another one that's very good out of this formation is one that everyone is running this year, or at least everyone is running the concept. You can see PA crosses, that Y play there. The only adjustment I like to do is put X on a drag, and essentially you're going to read, you can put RB on a block as well if you don't want the play action. You're just going to read B or Y and hit whatever's open. It's not that difficult. You can hit Y up the seams here if I was just a little more patient. Basically B and Y are going to be open against man and zone every time. This play is insane this year. So you just hit B there. We also had the drag. Essentially with the drag we just have 3 levels of zone beaters and man beaters. It's kind of obnoxious. I'm not getting good examples here because I don't actually run this play that much, but everyone else does. But you can see how quickly we're able to beat zone or man with these routes. There we just pass lead up to Y, get our easy 16 yards. This is just a play I couldn't afford to not mention out of this formation. There we hit B. It's just a classic money play this year. Very simple to run, very easy. Here's man, so we had Y or B there, and we get a massive overthrow. Whatever. You guys get the point with that play. Just something I should have brought up, and I did. So next we're going to have the classic wide receiver drag HB slip screen concept. So the play is HB slip screen. You're just going to put B on a drag and motion snap him, and then you're going to do a soft lob to him with a pass lead down, and you are going to get massive amounts of yards behind the blockers that are supposed to be blocking for the running back. If it's easier, you can just hot route RB to a block, but I like to keep him there just in case they user and take away the B route. But if it's against zone, you can just throw it to RB and you have B as an extra blocker. But I typically just like to pass lead down to B just because it's so good. He got bumped at the line there, so it screwed up the timing. I should have hit RB. But you guys can see the power of this concept. Again, we're just going to pass lead down, and we have blockers for days, and we're going to get a touchdown. Granted, that was goal line defense, but you guys can see, make sure you pass lead down and lob. That's the most effective way to do this. And make sure you get that motion snap in there too. And that was pretty awful. I don't know what happened. Stop running goal line, computer. Jeez. The main point of this is to run it against zone. Because against zone, you're going to have 4 blockers out there against probably 2 zones. So this play absolutely destroys zone, and they just keep running man coverage. Oh. Can we get an example with zone coverage, please? That was good enough. As you can see, I threw a bullet there on accident, but you can see how much room we had. Here is goal line defense again, and man coverage again. You can hit that A route to the inside against man if you really want to, but this play still works against man. There we go. We're going to lob it down and usually get our blockers out there. I would say actually in retrospect you probably want to just block RB and just worry about the drag, but usually people start using this pretty well. So I just keep him out there, but I actually think it's more effective if you block the running back and drag the B and then just worry about B. As you can see, here's zone, and you can see the effectiveness of this concept. By the time anyone even gets to us, we're 15 yards downfield. This is a classic concept that a lot of the top players run. Problem does this out of pistol bunch tight end with his screen pass, so definitely a good concept to keep in there. I'm going to drink some more water real quick. Alright, next is verticals, another classic play, but it's a little funkier out of this formation. You can see what it looks like there. I'm sure everyone watching this video knows how to run the play verticals. Basically, B is going to be open against man every time, and then you just look up the seams with Y against zone. All I like to do here is put A on a drag. Whoops, did not mean to snap the ball. I like to put A on a drag and RB on a swing left. This again creates a screen concept to the left side of the field against zone. You guys can see a recurring theme here. We hit it out there again, get our blocks again, get our 10 yards again. You can also hit B against certain zones if it's there. But here's man, we're just going to hit B. And that usually is not covered that way. That was very strange. It's crazy how they're just covering everything in this video when I'm trying to show you. That also should have been open. Here we're just going to hit Y up the seams and get swatted. Oh man. You guys are probably laughing your ass off at this. I promise you this shit works, guys, and we get a bad throw there. Obviously you could see that B was open against man. Here we're just going to hit the screen concept, take our yards. That looked like a cover 4 look there. Here's man, we're just going to hit B. There we go, all day. Easy stuff. You guys know how to run verticals. I just wanted to include the A drag and RB swing left concept in this video, as is the case with most of the plays out of this formation and others, just as a nice little check down option for you against zone. A couple more plays here. We have Panther Curls. Panther Curls is the X play there. Essentially, you're just going to low bullet pass a curl either to A or B. And I like running this play because it's great against people who like to user the middle of the field, because they basically have to pick one. And if you have to pick one, and I'm throwing the ball as quickly as I am, I'll take that every time. So you're just going to low bullet pass B or A, based on what you see. So here we'll hit B. Give me my 10 yards. They'll never user that unless you keep throwing it to B. And if for some reason they start using B, you're just going to low bullet to A. And usually that's not covered like that. That safety is not supposed to play up like that. Holy shit, Cam Chancellor is killing me right now. B is the first read over A, obviously, but if they cover, you just hit A. Take your easy yards. I just include this sometimes because it's really fucking great against people that user the middle of the field, because there's no way they can cover this if they user the middle of the field. It's just like in a 2-minute drill, you can get 30 yards running this play in like 30 seconds. So just like run it 3 times in a row and make them guess which one you're going to. I just got engaged 8 successfully. We're going to pretend that never happened and was never on film. Here we'll low bullet B. And actually, usually, I don't know why those zones are playing that so well tonight, but usually those zones will not even react to the ball like that. Like, they're supposed to do what that guy did and just watch it happen. But again, you're just going to low bullet A or B, depending on whichever one you feel like, or whichever one they're not covering, and get an easy 10 yards. Just a nice little wrinkle in this formation playbook. You guys can see the success of this unfold. Very good stuff there. Couple more plays out of this formation here. The next one is going to be HB angle. And the only reason I bring this up is because of the angle route. People love this. I like to just put A on a slant, so you essentially create a Y trail concept. You're going to be looking at RB against zone, A against man, and also X against zone, and B against man. So let me say that with them grouped together correctly. So against man, you're looking at A and B. Against zone, you're looking at RB and X. I'm sure you guys know how to run angle route plays by now. You just take your easy 4 yards against man or zone with that angle route. It's been good for years. Here's man. We just supposed to hit the A route, but yeah, that happened. Here we just hit the angle route for your yards. I'm not gonna spend much time on this, but you guys get it. Yeah, I just wanted to show you that there's a play with an angle route in this formation. Lastly, we have the 2 screens. Wide receiver screen is not that good, but I'll show you anyway. Essentially, you're just gonna hit X out here. And against zone, you will get good yards, but against man, you're going to get minimal to no yards. Here's zone, so you can see we get like 5 yards. It's just a wrinkle. I hardly ever run this. I like the other screen better, but I'm just showing you that it's there. The other screen I like to run, which as I said is better, is going to be bubble screen, and it's better because of the way I set it up. As we get back to the formation here, bubble screen, what you're going to do is you're going to put B, who's supposed to be on the bubble screen, you're going to put him in a flat zone, and then you're going to motion RB to the left and put him on a swing route. So essentially you've created a bubble screen to the running back, then you're just going to hit RB, and if people hold their blocks, like 16 did not, you're going to get massive yards against zone. This is not that great against man, so I also like to put A on a slant just in case. So as you can see, we can just hit it against man. Again, most of these screen concepts are designed to go against zone. So always have just like a slant check down for man. Here's zone, so we're just going to hit the bubble and take our yards with all the blockers in front of us. Good stuff there. You can also put RB on a wheel instead of a swing, but it gets a little dicier when you do that because they can get off blocks like that, and you might end up throwing a pick actually. So just stick with the swing route, I'd say, and just check down to the A slant if it ends up being man coverage like it is right here. So that's just a cute little screenplay. I like to run out of this one more time here. You're going to motion him over and just hit him out of the backfield. That was man, so I should have hit A. But we're an hour into this video, and I'm making bad reads because I am tired. Okay, so we're at that point in the video where I told you that I would. Let me get some water here. Sorry. All of the major formations have been covered. Jesus, sorry. All the major formations have been covered. From here on out, I'm just going to quickly breeze through some money plays, and then the video is going to be over. So if you choose to leave at this point in time, thank you so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe, comment if you want. Let me know how it was, what I can do to reduce the time or increase the effectiveness of this video. Any constructive criticism I value greatly. So again, we're just going to breeze through the rest of these money plays out of other formations. And if you choose to leave, thank you so much for watching, and subscribe for more Madden tips. Alright, so now we're going to go to Singleback Ace. And the play I like out of here is HB Zone Weak. And the reason I like this is because it's a good run, and again, the formation is symmetrical, so you can just flip it without your opponent knowing and not motion this tight end out. But you can just run it to either side without actually having to do the run flip thing where your quarterback touches his butt. You can just run it to either side, and it's a very effective, like, kind of inside zone read running play. You can also no huddle this very quickly. If you're in like a 2-minute drill or you catch someone in a bad defense, you can run this run probably like 6 times in a minute in a game. They line up very quickly when you no huddle this. So you guys can see how good it is. One more time here, you're just going to pick the side that is most likely to get you the most yards. Very basic stuff. That's a nice little run out of there. Next is Singleback Ace Pair Flex. The play I like out of here is PA Power O. If you stuck around for this is a very good play. Again, we have that B route, which is what I showed in that deep post play out of Singleback tight slots. Again, that route just destroys man. The adjustments here, you can put RB on a flat, and then you're just going to block Y to get rid of the play action. Against man, you're going to look at B or A or X. They're all going to be open. And then against zone, you're going to be looking at X or B, which depending on how the zones react. Here's man, so I could have hit A, but I chose to hit B. And that's going to be open all the time against man. It's really quite remarkable how good that route is. Here we have the flat open, so we're just going to hit that real quick. That's your first read mostly, is the left side of the field. Here's man, so we're just going to hit A. You can see how quickly he breaks out of that route in this formation. This is one of those money plays, guys. One of those plays you could probably run every single play for an entire game if you wanted to. There, X is wide open. And that route is much like the A route on HB Wheel out of Singleback tight slots, in that it's going to be open against every type of zone and also against man. So you can see the power of the X route right there. There's also man, so we would have had B and A open. One more time here. Here's zone, where we can actually hit B behind the zone because the zone was playing up, and we should have had a 15-yard catch there. So that's another money play for you guys. I'm going to skip a lot of the stuff I wrote down here, just in the interest of ending this video quicker. I-Form Pro, you guys know these plays. You have PA Scissors, PA Power O, and then also Texas. These are all plays you guys should know about and know how to run. Essentially, with the play actions, you're going to be looking at the corner route, or the flat route, or the post. Easy stuff. You guys know those plays, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to skip that. Next kind of money play is out of Pistol Weak, and the play is going to be Y corner. As you can see, we're going to end up hitting the A on a corner, or B on a post if you're reading the right side of the field. And if you're going to read the left side of the field, we have again that option curl route, which can be user caught or low bullet curled. And then also hitting Y out of the backfield immediately is very effective against either type of coverage. Not sure what I was doing there. So as you can see, you can hit just Y immediately. This is a pretty good concept to run in 2-point conversion as well. I should have hit X there. As you can see, I like to just read the left. Here we have a low bullet curl. Good stuff. If it's zone, you can just hit Y immediately, like here. What the hell was that throw? Jeez. Here's zone, so you just hit Y, get your yards. Another money play. I'll try to get one where I user catch X, even though I showed you that several times in this video with other plays. There you go. Good stuff. So you're just reading it, and then obviously you have the corner route and the post, kind of like a PA Scissors concept to the right side of the field. Next is Gun Split Panther. 2 more good plays. This formation as a whole I don't like, and that inverted veer is actually really bad, so don't try to run that. It's like the worst one out of all of them. But there's a couple passes I want to show you. One is load option pass, and this play is actually very cool. So you're going to put X on a smoke screen, you're going to put RB on a wheel, and essentially you're going to roll out to the right immediately, and you are going to either hit RB or Y or run with the quarterback against zone, and if it's against man, then A is going to be open every time. So we'll roll out to the right here, and you're just going to hit RB immediately if they drop back, and take your yards. This is very effective just to kind of, break the pocket and take your yards. Here we hit RB again. We just have all day to run. And if you throw it quick enough, you're usually getting a block from B upfield, which is nice. Here's man. I should have hit A. I don't know what I was doing because I even said here's man. Here's zone again. You just hit RB. I'm trying to show you one where they come up and I actually end up running with the quarterback. We're just going to hit RB all day. I'm sure you guys could do this online too. You guys can see the effectiveness of how quickly this develops. Here we have RB again. We're just going to take 10 yards every time for some reason. Couple more times here. I'm just trying to get one where I end up running with the quarterback. Here's man, so you're just going to stop and hit A. That's going to be open every time. And by virtue of human nature, if you're rolling to the right, whoever they're lurking with, they're going to roll to your side as well. So if you stop and hit that A route, it's not going to be userable most of the time, unless you've ran this too many times, which you shouldn't have, based on how many other good plays there are in this playbook. Here's man, so we just stop and hit A. Very good money play here. So that's all I'm going to go over for that one. And then just a couple cute little things out of gun Split Panther. We have inside zone split, as I went over in a couple other formations, just a solid run. And then we also have a shovel option, which is just something I like to throw in very occasionally to catch my opponent off guard. Essentially just run it a couple times to get used to it, but you're either going to shovel it to LB or pitch to RB or keep with the quarterback. If you end up shoveling like we did here, if you actually get it through, that can actually catch your opponent very off guard and result in some yards. This is going to be much more effective online than it is in practice because option plays in general don't work in practice mode. Here's the part where we hit the shovel. I've actually ran this on someone and they've gone shovel option. I've never seen that before. So that's just like a concept I like to throw in. Like I said, it's not going to work in practice because practice mode you just can't run options. There we go. That's how you get a quick 8 yards with it. So it's just a nice little cute wrinkle. What else do we have here? Just a couple more things. Here we'll go at a gun ace. I showed you the inverted veer already. I stand by the fact that this is the best inverted veer and also the best quarterback run in the game, so please get that in your life. And also, if I come out in inverted veer and I don't like the look, what I'll do is I'll just audible to quick slants, and I'll put X on a fade and B on a curl. You can also flip that and put X on a curl and B on a fade, whichever you want to do, and then I just block everyone else. And essentially what's going to happen here is I'm going to face catch against zone, and I'm going to hit the curl against man. Here's man, so I'm just going to hit the curl. Should have been a catch there. But that's just what I like to do if I call inverted veer and I don't like the look that they came out in. I will just hot route a fade and a curl and then block everyone else. I also like to do this if they're blitzing me pretty hard. This is like my go-to anti-blitz play. See if I can get an example where we actually end up hitting the face catch. Unfortunately, this looks like man again. It's not. Okay, it's zone. So then you just wait, pass lead up, and face catch. Easy stuff. So yeah, and then your quick audible play action is PA read, which is a very good play here. Again, you have that cutter to the inside with the X route, so you're going to be looking to user catch that, just like with all the other plays in this playbook that I've showed you with that concept. And then otherwise, you're going to be looking to Y or A. So as you can see, it's covered there because it's man, but Y is going to be wide open against man every time. That route is just he just breaks out of that route so quickly, regardless of who your tight end is. And I also like to put B on a fade just for a last minute face catch if I feel like I need it. Here's man again. What's actually going to happen against man sometimes is they're going to switch like they did right there. And then when your A releases on his flat route, there's going to be no one out there to cover him. So here's an example where we could have hit the X route if that throw wasn't absolutely terrible. Couple more times here. You're just going to look to Y or A. If the X is covered, people aren't going to be running goal line defense on you. That's why I hate it when the computer does. Here's man again. Y is open again. He will be every time. Easy stuff. And then otherwise you're just looking to user catch the X route. Like so. Just a couple more plays here, guys. We're almost done. I want to go to gun Y trips tight end slot and just show you a couple things that are there that are pretty popular and have been for a while. So Y trips tight end slot, you have, if you go up immediately, you have buck sweep and buck sweep read option. Those are still very good plays if you run it against the right defense. So keep that in mind that those are in this playbook under gun Y trips tight end slot. You also have your standard 4 verticals play. And you also have your standard HB slip screen where you can do a drag and then motion him and then do the lob down like I've showed you before and just get your blocking or what's supposed to be blocking out there. And then also there's a play out of this formation called Y corner, which I like. As we go back to it here, You're just going to read the left side of the field. So again, you're going to try to use or catch that X route, and if they drop back to defend it against zone, you're just going to hit Y immediately as he cuts up field, and against zone, you're just going to hit A. So easy stuff here. Just hit Y. If that was a good throw, that's an easy 10 yards. Again, we hit X. That will also beat press man every time, if you were wondering. Here we hit X again. We get hit sticked out of nowhere for some reason. Man again. So you basically can just hit that all day against man. You can also hit A all day against man. Here they actually drop back, and I show you that you can hit Y immediately. If they drop back to block the X, you can just hit Y as he cuts up field and take your yards. So that's why I like this play. Just another quick read, easy yards. One more time here. Here's man. We're going to hit A. And we get yet another drop. Alright. Now, finally, just a couple quick things that probably aren't even worth mentioning, but I'll just show you. Gun normal, Y flex tight. I like, out of this formation, Y sail, because that RB route is ridiculous, and obviously that A route is the same route that always beats man coverage. So essentially you're just going to wait for the against man, and against zone you're just going to hit RB and take your quick yards, just like that. It's a lot like what you would do on those block and release routes that go straight up the field like you've been doing for years. Here's man. So you just hit A because it wrecks man. So that's the play, Y sail. One more time here. We're just going to hit RB immediately and take our yards. I like to run this play on like 4th and short, just because you end up spreading the field and you can usually just get it easily like that. Yeah, just another nice little wrinkle. It's a nice way to get cheap yards, which I find is the best way to be successful in offense in this game, is just get as many cheap yards as you can. Cheap yards meaning like you don't have to run a major play to get them. And then also out of this formation we have curl flats, which has the angle route and those option curls, which I've been showing you several times. And you also have, where is it? Smash corners, which is just a double smash concept with also an angle route. So I think I've covered everything that I wrote down anyways. Yeah, so that's the entire ebook, guys. If you watched this long, props to you. I'm pretty tired just from doing it, but I hope this helps you improve your game. I hope you took notes, or you can always go back and look at the main ones. There's just a lot of good plays out of this formation, or out of this playbook, and that's why I decided to do a free ebook on this. So if you liked it, again, like the video, please comment letting me know what you thought, and please subscribe to my channel because I've got tons of Madden stuff going on there. Like nanos on defense and all that good stuff. So I'll also be doing a free full ebook defensively as well, with all my blitzes out of San Francisco's playbook. So again, thanks for watching, thanks for sticking around, and I hope this improves your game. That's the whole point. So thanks a lot, guys.